finally here to watch episode 10 of Lord of the Mysteries. I know that the rest of the episodes after episode 9, I'm pretty sure dropped together. I've come across episode 10 and 11 soon after I watched episode 9, but I held back. I did not watch them because I wasn't sure that the subtitles are good and I wanted to wait for the official version, even though we all know that Crunchyroll fucked up that one time and translated something really wrong. You can't really trust the official subtitles either, but still, I had even less confidence in those shady episodes translated by AI and just random people on the internet. So I'm glad that I was patient and now I finally get to watch the proper episode. I am really excited, but I'm also so sad because soon this season is gonna end. It's actually nice to not have the rest of the episodes to watch all together because then it would just be over. I get to savor it week to week. Anyway, last episode left me wondering why Neil never advanced past sequence 9 even though he followed all the rules and core principles of not harming. But then after a rewatch and also, one of my viewers helpfully pointed out that Neil was sick and coughing because he was using his blood for the ritual. It hit me that he was harming someone after all because he was harming himself. And also he was violating the rules of asceticism by being greedy with money and also indulging in drinking. He was harming himself because he wanted to bring his wife back and he was probably drinking to cope with her loss too. He needed to advance to save her, but it was her in a way that was holding him back. Quite ironic and tragic. Also, I thought that maybe one of the reasons he invited the Nighthawks for drinks was him being considerate and creating sort of contingency plan in case his resurrection ritual went wrong, so they could stop him. But now I think that maybe he deluded himself into thinking that the ritual is definitely gonna work, and that's why he was so chirpy and happy when he invited the Nighthawks to go out. Maybe he thought that his wife would be resurrected for sure and even would join them for the drinks, and it would be like the old times, the happier times when he had his wife near him and also was surrounded by friends. A sad thought, just digging that knife farther into my own heart basically. Also, I wonder if the Holy Cathedral doesn't want the acting method info out because they don't want everyone to advance a lot and too fast, because now Cathedral can act all high and mighty and exert control, but no way that they can order around somebody who's approaching divinity. It's pretty typical for organized religion to seek to control and to manipulate the masses, so I think that that's probably the reason. Speaking of the acting method, I wonder if Leonard knows about it because he mentioned digestion to Klein, indicating he's more knowledgeable than it seems. Also because he's been actively trying to write poetry, even though he's not even good at it. If he does know, it means he purposely hid it from others. Perhaps he stayed quiet to protect himself from suspicion and his secret from being discovered, which means that he puts himself above others, which to be fair can be also said about Klein. He never shares what he knows to help others unless he's pushed to do that. It also made me wonder about Dunn because he's sequence 7 and which means he advanced twice without knowing about the acting method, which I think implies that he had to naturally act in ways that corresponded to his previous sequences. I assume that sleepless sequence required you to not sleep, so I guess the implication here is that Dunn is an insomniac. Maybe the deaths of his comrades haunt him and keep him awake at night. It also means that he actually enjoys writing poetry and is quite good at it too. That's kind of sweet. I wonder why he's not advancing past nightmare though. You would think that he would have a lot of nightmares because of his line of work and because of how lost still clearly deep deeply affects him, as we've seen with Neil. Maybe that's not the requirement for the nightmare potion's digestion. I don't know. Also, I still don't get if the Secret Order and the Aurora Order are the same thing, or if they're separate. Maybe Secret Order is an ancient order and the Aurora Order is what remains of it in the modern time, or maybe it's a branch of it, or maybe they just work together. It has to be at least that, because in episode 7 we see Jenkins, Hannes, and Sirius, and they're all in cahoots with each other. We know that Hannes was from Aurora Order, and I think that in episode 2 it was mentioned that Jenkins was from the Secret Order. At least I think so. I might be remembering wrong, but regardless, I think that I rambled enough and I really want to watch. And also my voice has been given out right from the start. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm getting sick, but I think I should watch before it gets worse and I lose it completely. Let's go. Watching this always puts me in a good mood. Oh yeah, can't wait to see more of Klein's clown abilities. Him using them in a fight would be cool. Clue. Somber mood after Neil's passing. It's nice to see that they all still care and not jaded after losing a lot of people. A lot of them are fairly new too, so there's that. It's not the same without Neil. It's like it became a tomb. Everything remains as he left it. Aww. They spent more time together than I imagined. Is he gonna find a clue here? Maybe something related to Hidden Sage? No! Don't leave, Mr. Isaac. Will he be back? I don't know if this was a good move. Wait, but Mr. Isaac is supposed to save Klein, so he's definitely gonna be back. What is that? Yeah. What? Whose photograph was that?
在做什么？ 队长，这张通缉令是
你吗？
嗯。
我疏忽了，3年前失控了，带着封印物008潜逃，至今未被发现。要惊动立刻禀报，否则你1000%殉职。
Jesus。
封印物008是
0级封印物。
Oh my
保
god。
密等级，不可打听，不可外传，不可描述，不可窥探。知道他看的是
Oh my god。Yes。
墨水也能书写。
笔。
Finally, they delve in deeper into the quill.
留一些附其超凡力量的事物，如果不可控，就必须被封印。
And the quill has been following Klein specifically, I'm pretty sure. So is that guy the one looking for him?
对，该振作了，还有幕后黑手调查，还有
随手买的甜冰茶，你喜欢这
That's cute.
塔罗牌，牌面镶有纯银等金属丝，只对死灵类生物有克制作用。
Oh, is he gonna be throwing them with his clown abilities?
更隐蔽，不像武器的武器，关键时候。
Nice. Wasn't he also doing that during Doomsday?
准度差了点。
Oh no.
心急，以后由我来教你格斗和发力技巧。
Oh god, are Klein and Dunn getting close? Will Dunn die next?
你找了位老师，今晚10点左右就会来找你。一名序列6的死灵道。别睡早了。
Oh my god, that was adorable, but that makes me even more worried. Don't kill off Dawn Show, please.
抱歉，让你们担心了。哦，对了，这个。
Do they even have a vague idea of what happened?
又涨薪啦。果然。
Like that he lost a colleague or something.
班森，你这是？
Benson and Dawn look kind of similar.
就是看着很催眠。先学习基本的数学逻辑和相关法律常识。真的，当然。好，我会努力的。学习。
这枚铜哨是我苏醒时随身携带的物品。 找个相对安全的地方，用力吹一下吧，小家伙很快就会出来的。
Maybe only spirits or something can hear it. I think it worked. Okay, it definitely did. Oh, it's Mr. Isaac's skeleton. How? I thought it would be part of his abilities and like connected to him, not to that little trinket. Oh my god, that's crazy. He's just like lending him that. That is quite generous of him. Is this Dolly again? Yes. Wait, if the skeleton could sense her, could she sense the skeleton?
召唤信使和一个不一样的通灵术，用仪式魔法介入对与逆灵之间的沟通，所以会相当麻烦。 也有着不小的危险。
Now I wanted to hear the lecture. Now that Neil is gone, she could be the one giving the mysticism classes. Actually, I don't want him to be replaced. Oh my god.
你是来看？
别理他，又入梦吓人。
抱歉，戴笠，打断你的授课了。
红酒。
Yes. I was about to ask, are they about to go on a date? All the different languages. That's fascinating.
是你偶然暴露了非凡能力，疑似序列期的心理医生，他的梦无法再进行梦魇审问。你试试用通灵仪式魔法，有较强的心理防御机制，要小心。
Like Miss Justice.
睡了吗？
没有啊。等你，
你知道我要
说好给我带的蛋糕呢。
What?
我可没答应。
没有蛋糕。
Why would it be bad for him to sleep? What would happen? Oh my god. Has he been training? That was pretty accurate.
Swarm.
队长的梦魇能力增强了，看来这些天魔药消化得很顺利啊。
Nice.
地球让我与胡德欧根的灵性沟通。
So maybe others didn't want him to sleep, so nobody would be able to get in his head. This is kind of relaxing. Like meditation. Wait, is this clown makeup? It is!
过去、现在与未来在这里交汇，无数。这就是通往胡德欧根心灵世界的入口。
Looks like a mess of hair and spider web. Pretty creepy.
告诉我，你是谁？来自哪个？
我的欧根，心理研究会。
心理炼金会，来田根有什么目的？
Come on.
是问错了问题。那艾尔是谁？
艾尔。
Yeah, the pregnant lady's husband.
那个骗财又骗色的诈骗犯，很可能也是非凡者。诈骗。偷盗者途径序列8。
Nice.
拉尔乌斯为什么来找你？
你应该看得出来，我的背后有哪位存在？因为从某种意义上来说，他是有一定
Him, true creator?
帮助。你不仅会得到掌握魔药力量、避免失控的办法。 非凡者梦寐以求的神性，不朽的神性。只要能抓住机会，我们也能成为世界的掌控者，成为
这特有的说话风格。拉尔乌斯想让你提供
帮助。
So ironic that he's a psychiatrist or... Oh my god. But he's crazy. Yes! Hanged man. Phew.
已经崩塌了，我快点逃出去的话。
Is Klein in actual danger if it's happening in the guy's mind? Oh my god. Phew. Where's Dunn? Phew.
差点迷失在他的心灵世界中。
Would he stay there forever if he was trapped?
类似真实造物者的影子。
是造物者有关的话，很大可能同极光会也有关。
For sure.
而心理炼金会默许了事情的发生。
极光会，队长，你还记得那封写给 Z 原西里斯身上的信？他在信上说，等到时机合适，会向所谓的主人奉献平根氏的全部羔羊。我认为这和兰尔的关联。
调查兰尔乌斯。
Yes. This has to lead them to the pregnant lady again. That was a cool transition. Oh my god.
这无耻的贱人，他是杀人凶手。
雪伦夫人，平根氏名媛，获益男爵遗孀。这几人都是和雪伦夫人之间关系密切。妻子。
妻子。
这种荡妇婊子就该受到
Oh my god. Everyone is a simp for her.
雪伦夫人昨晚。
Well, she's sus.
约翰梅纳德，新党成员。初步的检查报告显示，死亡时间在昨晚9点到11点。
Oh my god.
经过蓝谱发现的，雪伦夫人是议员生前见的最后一个人。排除超凡因素，初步定案为疾病导致的死亡。
你查到什么？
That was no illness, that's for sure.
这位议员治死没那么简单，肯定和超凡元素有关。在排查拉尔乌斯案，
What pathway can accomplish that?
深入调查一下雪伦夫人关系网，看看她与兰尔乌。
I bet she does. Everything seems to be somehow somewhat connected.
雪伦夫人是非凡者。雪伦夫人与兰尔乌斯有关联。
Maybe something is protecting her.
他用的是假名。他是非常厉害的非凡者，也没法做其他确认。这是我第几次被干扰了？太巧了。雪伦夫人
god. Ah, that again. I got so into this. I was so ready for more mysteries to be unraveled. Wait, it looks like the ending is extra long. Am I tripping? Post-credit scene? Yes, post-credit scene. It looks like a long one too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this a snake? Or a dinosaur? A dragon? Wait, why can't he sense that?
才的高考已经得到了国王和首相的认同，预计明年年初就会进入正式的实施。
看来正义小姐的家族政治能量不小啊。
极光会一直在追寻真实造物，就是传说中的神器之地。
神器之地和真实造物者有关。罗塞尔大帝寻找神器之地干什么
Interesting.
在该知道的事情，请原谅我的微小心愿。
Oh my god. It's so funny to me to see them, I don't know, so reverent and afraid of Klein.
在贝克兰德找一个人的下落。这件事
Oh my
风险
god.
较大，但我会为此付出应有的报酬。
Yeah.
海盗七将军之飓风中将。
Jesus.
说起来，他也去了贝克兰德。
Everyone's going to Backland. Is he bringing him to the table? Is there gonna be another member of the Taro Club? Come on, do it. Yeah, I actually wondered about that. It didn't sound Chinese to me. Or is it still in Chinese? But I don't know.
现在还有哪个地方是用巨人语的？古董吗？
Everything is connected. Whew. Is he doing it? Is he doing it? He's doing it. He's totally doing it. What card is he gonna be? Derek.
你是神灵吗？
我不是神灵，我只是兴趣愚者。
Wouldn't it be to his benefit to pretend to be a deity though?
作为你的代号，
我写。
Well, that was unexpected. Is he part of the Sun pathway? That was a great long post-credit scene. Loved it. I wonder why they didn't just include that into the main episode, because it was so long. It didn't even feel like a post-credit scene. Also, imagine somebody would just skip it. They would just think the episode is over and close it. That would be insane. I am still definitely mostly oblivious, but I do feel like it's starting to come together, the whole picture. Like the fragments are shifting, they're getting in the right positions. Soon everything is gonna be clear, all the questions are gonna be answered. Well, definitely not all, definitely not soon, but at least some. I hope that by the end of the season, at least some things are gonna be clear. It is nice to see Nighthawks and Klein finally suspect Levinus. I don't know, is that how you say his name? But yeah, he's no longer just a shady guy who stole some money and abandoned his pregnant wife. No, now they seriously suspect him of some weird shit and know that he's a beyonder. I'm still not sure what that crazy guy was doing for Levinus. Was he part of that ritual with Migos getting that demon inside her baby or something like that? Was he there? Is that what drove him insane? I just wonder what exactly he's capable of. And what does psychiatrist sequence even entail? What are you supposed to be doing? Was he Levinus's psychiatrist? Did he share secrets with him? Does he know too much? So many questions, so few answers. It was interesting to see Klein have the clown makeup in that mind world, but he doesn't wear it on the outside. And I wonder if he's gonna start, because surely that would be part of the acting method for him to advance further. It would be funny to see him like that, especially if he just randomly shows up wearing that in front of Melissa and Benson. How are they gonna react? How is he gonna explain that? Like, he explained the gun with how he works for the police, even though he was just a history consultant, which I think is still weird to be carrying a firearm. How would you even know how to handle it properly with somebody with that position? But whatever, they believed him, they bought it. But how is he gonna explain the clown makeup? Is he gonna say that he got a second job and now he's a clown? I don't know. I would love to see that, honestly. That would be hilarious. It was nice to see in the very beginning that everyone is still mourning Neil. He's not just gone. He's not just written off and everyone forgot and moved on and we just skipped over it, glassed over it and moved to other things. No, they're still showing us the impact of his death on everyone, and that's nice to see. Also, the little guy that Mr. Isaac shared with Klein was cool and totally unexpected. Didn't know that that was a thing, that was possible. I wonder the extent of that skeleton's abilities and how much of that Klein would be able to use. Or is it just gonna be like a messenger and that's it? Or would it be able to fight for him, protect him at least in some way? Maybe even not Mr. Isaac is gonna help or save Klein in the decisive moment, the way that the prophecy said, but maybe that skeleton is gonna do it, which is extension of Mr. Isaac, of course, so it would still mean that he saved him in a way. That would be interesting. I really like that skeleton. I would like Klein to use it. That would be cool. But I'm not sure that it would make sense for somebody who's not part of that pathway to be able to use the power that's kind of inherent to it. Yeah, really worried about Dunn. Like, as soon as he started getting closer to Klein, and just as soon as the show was spending more time with him and kind of humanizing him more, and they also showed that there's clearly something going on between him and Dolly. So yeah, seeing all this close relationships that he's forming with other people makes me think that he's gonna die. That's what Neil taught me, honestly. Whew, I hope that Dunn is not next. I hope nobody's next, but sooner or later somebody's gonna die. Really curious about the new guy, new addition to the Tarot Club. I've been wanting that for a while. I still want to know more about Miss Justice and Mr. Hangman, honestly. It feels like I found more about them through those little chibi clips than from the show. And now there's a third member that is equally as mysterious, actually more mysterious. Like, who was he battling? Like, his sword was covered in blood. He looked like he suffered some injuries. I don't know what was happening there, but I'm really curious about it. But it's interesting that he looked completely fine, like he got healed when he got to that Tarot Club realm. And is it actually how he is now? Was he healed on the outside as well? Maybe Grey Fog can heal other people as well, not just Klein, as long as Klein wills it to do that. Definitely curious to find out if that new guy Derek is related to the Sun pathway, or he just picked that card on a whim, or for some sort of other reason, because I don't think that Sailor pathway and the Hanged Man are related, and Spectator pathway and Justice card, I'm not sure if there is a relation there. So maybe I shouldn't assume that those things are interconnected, but they can be, because I think that Seer pathway definitely leads to the Fool card one way or another, because that's the fate that was predicted for Klein with the cards. Plus Clown and Fool kind of similar to each other. I don't know, it just feels like it's one cohesive thing. It would make sense if it is the advancement further on, but if it's not, oh well. But yeah, I'm really tempted to watch episode 11, and there are probably the rest of the episodes available somewhere too, but 11 I definitely can download right now, but I'm not going to, okay? I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy the next episode in a week. I'm gonna savor this, I'm gonna rewatch this, because there are definitely some things that I missed. I'm gonna take notes, add to my chart. I've been loving this experience, it's great. Anyway, I really enjoyed this, if you couldn't tell, and I hope that you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe leave a comment. Thank you for watching, but for now, bye!